Do you really want to become a better jazz player? If so, I've got 2 words for you: body mechanics. Hey, it's Paul Tobey here from Jazzmentl.com. Thanks for joining me for another one of my tutorials. Body mechanics plays a crucial role in jazz piano and other instruments as well. It affects your performance ability, technique, dexterity, coordination, as well as your physical and mental well-being. For example, I'm going to play you a short section from Chick Corea's famous composition, Spain. Now, usually this is done two-handed unison, but I've actually harmonized the left hand, so it makes it really tricky to play at speed with syncopation and feel. You see, if you're going to play lines like that with any consistency, you're going to need the exercises that I'm about to show you. Body mechanics includes things like posture, arm and hand position, finger technique, dexterity, and even how you breathe. It will help you with hand independence, feel, speed, and even power. Okay, I hear what you might be thinking. You're thinking, none of this matters because you're already playing at a world-class level. You've got great technique, you've got no pain issues. Think again. While you may be playing great now, that could change in a heartbeat and you really don't want to find yourself in the same situation that I did. What I'm about to share in this video is a warm-up routine that if I did this 20 years ago, I could have avoided years of pain and suffering, mentally, physically, and even professionally. The most common injury for pianists is tendonitis or inflammation in the forearms. And it's not just pianists, it's other musicians as well. It happened to me while performing 6 nights a week, 3 sets a night, over the space of a few months. A busy touring schedule and poor body mechanics were really a bad combination. Unfortunately for me, I didn't take it too seriously. I thought it would just go away. When it didn't, I was too late and I was forced to leave music for several years. But hey, even if you're not worried about injury, I think the most beneficial part of these exercises is to enhance your performance ability. Think of it this way. In golf, a good coach will analyze your posture, your swing, the way you hold the club. Body mechanics. They know that a 2mm correction in the way the club hits the ball could make the difference between 250 yards straight down the fairway or 250 yards to the right and into the water. And just like the golfer, our body mechanics can and will make the difference between being a good player and a great player. If you seriously want to improve your technique so that you can play faster and more effortlessly, improve your coordination between your left hand and your right hand, and play with more feel, especially when playing swing, then let me walk you through the exercises that I do before I practice and before I play concerts. It's only going to take a few minutes for you to learn the exercises, but for me, it's really about being grounded and centered and more at one with the piano. Okay, before I show you the exercises, I just want to take a moment to show you some love and gratitude for every single person who supports this channel. Every purchase that you make on Jazzmentl.com, including sheet music, masterclasses, or even albums, goes to helping support the channel and allows me to keep making these jazz tutorials. And if you purchased my new CD, It's Time, I'm truly grateful. Thanks so much for your support. If you want to head on over to Jazzmentl.com, you can find your own sheet music or masterclasses and the album there. And don't forget our live stream masterclasses right here on YouTube every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to show you my basic warm-up routine that will work for every jazz pianist and other musicians as well. Make sure you stick around long enough though, because I'm going to show you the more advanced exercises that's really going to kick your playing ability into high gear. Okay, here we go. Warm-up exercise number 1. With your hands out in front of you, cross your fingers, put your palms together and your thumbs over top of each other, and then rotate your wrists in one direction 15 times, slowly. And while you're doing this, breathe slowly in and out. Once you've gone 15 times one way, go in the opposite direction another 15 times. Your elbows can move a little bit, but basically you need full motion in your wrists before you start playing. Okay, warm-up exercise number 2. A lot of power comes from our neck and our shoulders, and we need to loosen them up a bit. So what we're gonna do is place our hands on our chest with our elbows out at the side, and what we're gonna do is rotate our shoulders in a circular motion. So take your elbows back behind you, and as you do that, your hands come out, they're still touching your chest, and then bring them up and around to the front like this. And as you do this, your hands continue to touch your chest. First from the back of your hands, and then the front of your hands as you rotate down. You want to do this slowly and comfortably. Bring your elbows as close together in front of you as possible, and breathe in on one rotation and out on the next rotation. And as I said, repeat this at least 15 times. Exercise number 3, we're going to put our right arm out in front of us and turn it upside down backwards. Keep this arm as straight as possible. Then take your other hand and put the palm of that hand underneath the back of this hand with your thumb around in the palm of the hand like this. So it sits in the palm of your hand like that. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull that hand back with this arm. So pull that hand back towards you and also in the opposite direction. So to your left, like that. And you're gonna hold that for about 20-30 seconds, okay? And then let that go. Remember to breathe while you're doing this. Then with the other hand, same thing. Turn it slightly upside down. Grasp the back of the hand, put your thumb in the palm, and pull your fingers towards you and in the opposite direction, that way. 30 seconds, breathe in and out, and rest. Exercise number 4, this one is like a Tai Chi movement. It really helps me get grounded and centered at the piano. And remember, these exercises can be done at the piano bench while you're sitting at the piano or anywhere close to the piano. It's basically getting you ready and prepared to practice. Okay, let's do this. Take your right hand, put it out in front of you. Your elbow is bent. Your fingers are not together or stretched apart. They're just sitting there relaxed. Again, palm down. Take your left hand and put it palm up like this. And we're gonna draw figure 8s slowly by going up to our right. And then as you come around and go down, you're gonna switch your hands upside down. So basically now, the right hand is facing up and the left hand is facing down. And as you go up and come around, switch again. Circular figure 8s, like this. And you could do it faster. Remember to breathe in and out as you're doing this. Basically just this lovely wave that you're creating with your hands. You can go really wide if you want to, or you can keep it minimal here. And then what I like to do is as I get better at this and my coordination gets better, I can go really super fast like this. And it helps flick the wrists around and get them really loosened up. You really want to do this for about 30 repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 30. Then stop. Okay, once you've done that 30 times, basically flip your hands in the opposite way. And now we're going to go in the opposite direction and make a figure 8 that way. So this time we're going to go up to our left like this. And as we come around, flip the hands in the opposite direction like this. And again, you can do that one fast or slow. You can do it wide. You can do it minimal like this. Basically 30 repetitions, count to 30 in your head and breathe in and out while you're doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 30. I love that exercise, and as I said, it really makes me feel grounded and centered at the piano. Okay, the next exercise, number 5, is really fun to do. You're going to need some Chinese Baoding Balls. They come in a little box like this, and there's 2 of them. And each one weighs a little bit, and there's a little bell inside, which is kind of fun. And they are for stress relief, but they're also used for great motion in your hands, and it really helps a lot with your technique. So what you want to do is grab 2 of them, put the box down, and hold them in your palm, just like this. And you want to rotate them with your fingers only in one direction and then in the other direction. But let's do this one direction. So basically, watch my fingers as they move the ball around. They're basically moving the balls in this slow circular motion. And of course, as you get more coordinated, you can do them really fast, and you can even hear them. So they're really great for stress. But look at the movement of the hand. It really helps with coordination and technique. Then once you've done that for a little bit, go in the opposite direction. Now this one's a little harder to do. So this one is basically counterclockwise, while this one is clockwise. So clockwise is going to be quite a bit easier, but you can get it. You just need to have a little bit of coordination. Okay? Now basically the balls are touching. If you want to get really, really advanced and complicated, then you want to turn the balls without them touching. So watch, I've got the ball just surrounded by the thumb and the forefinger, and the other ball is sitting in the fingers, and you bring that one around and then do the same thing. Just keep moving the balls. Now this is really hard to do. It basically is going to take a little bit of practice in order to do that, but the balls are not touching, okay? Then what you want to do is switch it to the other hand, same exercise. This way, counterclockwise is going to be easy, and then the harder one is to move clockwise, like this. Now the other thing you might want to do is get 2 sets of these so that you can do it with both hands. And basically you want to rotate one way and rotate the other one in the opposite direction. And you can do this while sitting at the piano for your warm-up exercise, or you can do it pretty much any time of the day. Sometimes I like to sit and watch television while just playing with these. And it really loosens the hand up. And I found that when I had my tendonitis, this really helped a lot. Okay, the next and last exercise, number 6, is done with these balls, but while sitting at the piano. So I'm going to move to the piano now, and I'll show it to you. Okay, we've moved to the piano. This exercise is quite advanced, and it's tricky to do, but it's definitely going to help you with your left hand, right hand coordination and with your technique, and to get warmed up for your practice session. So let's grab our Baoding balls, put them in our left hand, and we're going to rotate them the easy way, basically counterclockwise, like this. And with the right hand, we're going to play a Hanon scale exercise. Now, if you don't have Hanon exercises, I'm going to put a link up here in the corner so that you can go and download this one and practice as well. So with the right hand, let's start our exercise. Now you can play that as fast or as slow as you want, but basically the faster you play it, the harder it's going to be. So I want you to do that Hanon exercise up 2 octaves. It'll be in the download. Once you get up top, you're going to reverse direction, not just with the scale, but also with the Baoding balls. So this time we're going to go clockwise and come down the scale. That's actually quite tricky to do. And then of course what I want you to do is switch hands. It's going to be a little bit harder because I'm not left-handed, I'm right-handed, so it's going to be a little harder for me to do this. But basically with the balls rotating clockwise, go up the scale. So then when you get up top with the left hand, switch directions with your Baoding balls in the right hand and make them move counterclockwise. This is quite tricky to do, of course, especially if you're not left-handed. All right, there's our advanced Baoding balls exercise with Hannon. I really hope you enjoyed these exercises, and I encourage you to do them as often as possible. Music is not just an intellectual exercise. It's a physical, mental, emotional, and even spiritual exercise. Jazz brings all 4 quadrants of our being into play. And all of the exercises that I talked about today help you step into that center of being. So try them for a period of 90 days. That will make them a habit, and see how it shifts your perspective and changes the way you approach the piano. And as always, please reach down, hit the little thumbs up button. It really helps us here at the channel. And if you'd like to subscribe, we'd love to have you. Just hit the little bell when you do, and we'll notify you of all the upcoming tutorials and live masterclasses that we give on this channel. And if you're looking for more tutorials on how to play jazz, I suggest you check out this video next.